Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Monster Review, where we take a look at tech tips and how-to videos. I got a lot of requests to do a video on a recent project of mine. I rebuilt a 2015 Mustang, and a lot of people wanted me to go through the entire process from beginning to end in a series of videos, like part 1, part 2. So this would be part 1, which is finding the vehicle that you would want to rebuild. So if you're interested in taking on a project car where you can rebuild, you can follow along with the steps. However, keep in mind that all damages on the vehicle are going to be different, so make sure you do thorough research before purchasing the vehicle. But anyway, let's jump to it. So the site I use is Automotive, and Automotive is actually just a broker for a company called Copart. Copart is actually a company that has the Salvage vehicles and that they're trying to sell. And if you're buying the vehicle from a state that requires a license, you need a broker. So that's where Automotive comes in. You can use Automotive to bid on those vehicles that are in a state that requires a license, such as Florida. I know Florida requires a license to purchase Salvage vehicles. So yeah, that's why I used Automotive. However, you want to bypass Automotive, you can go directly to Copart and go to find vehicle finder, and right here under featured items, there's no license required. You can go there, and all these vehicles that are listed are from states that do not require a license, so you can bid on these vehicles with no broker or no license. However, I used Automotive, so I'm going to use this site to search for a Mustang. So the first thing you want to do is register, because they do lock how many vehicles you can view without an account. So sign in, it's free, and you'll be able to browse more of their inventory. Okay, now that I'm logged in, I can go ahead and I can search for Mustang, which I did, and I want to keep it between 2015 and 2020 because I want the newer style, the current generation. And as you can see right away, my searches are updated. So we have one here that's in Honolulu, Hawaii. That's current bid is $1. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and search for a vehicle which I think I can work on and repair. I'm not going to do any frame damage vehicles because I know I won't be able to repair a frame damage. I will need to take it to a frame guy to take a look at. So I'm going to avoid frame damage vehicles. This one right here, the quarter panel is damaged, so that's going to require some removing the quarter panel and welding on the new one. So I want to stay away from that. It is doable. However, for me, I have a basic garage, so I don't have the tools necessary to do this kind of repair. So I'm going to stay away from quarter panel damage. I'm going to stick to front damages. So this right here, yeah, this has it to buy it now at $13,800. Back looks good, driver's side looks good, passenger side is wrecked. So again, here's the quarter panel damage, and then the door is going to need replaced, and so is the front. And then also we got some airbags here deployed. So I'm going to stay away from that. This one is buy it now for $3,900. This is actually very similar to the actual Mustang that I purchased. I can show you the damages here on screen. But yeah, it's pretty similar to the damages I got, and that's not bad. $3,900. I paid about $2,900 for it. With taxes and everything, the total cost was like $3,900. So this one would roughly be between $4,500 to $5,000. But this has lower mileage, and it's newer than the one I picked up. This has 43, mine's had 80, and it's a 2017, mine's a 2015. Let's take a closer look at this vehicle, because I think this is a good buy here. It's a 3.7 liter. Mine's is an EcoBoost, and this I believe this is convertible too. So this is looking like a good vehicle here. Secondary says that it has damage to the side. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it does have side damage, but I'm gonna use this vehicle as an example. Like, let's imagine there was no side damage. Let's just imagine that there was just front damage. This is about how the Mustang that I purchased looked like in the front. It was pretty wrecked. Is this drivable? Let's see. Enhanced farmers insurance. Okay, so here is a 2015 Ford Mustang EcoBoost. This one is more similar to the Mustang that I purchased, so that's why I went with this one. Around the same mileage. State Farm also. I got it from State Farm. This one is not buy it now. My Mustang, there was a buy it now option, which I got it for $2,900 with taxes and fees and everything. It came up to about $3,900, so an extra $1,000. This one, there's no buy it now, it's current bid. So first thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the pictures here. So not a whole lot of damage in the front. This is actually in better condition than my Mustang. My hood was folded, all this right here was missing. This wasn't as damaged. It looks like some of the wheels are deflated. I had some wheels deflated also, but it was just a hole, so I patched it and filled it back with air. However, the tires were balded on mine, so I had to replace them. Let's see what else we got here. This side looks mint, looks like in good condition. This bumper, you will not be able to repair that, so you're gonna have to buy a new front bumper there. This tire looks good, the rear tire looks good, door looks good. The glass actually looks good too. My glass was shattered because the hood had folded and smashed into the windshield, shattering it. Going to the back, for mine, the back bumper fell off. There was a lot of scuff marks on it, so it fell off. There were some cracks here, and passenger side skirt right here was missing, so I had to replace that too. But this panel right here was gone with the camera, so I had to buy a new one of that also. So, and there's chipping here by the lights on mine, so this is actually in better condition than my Mustang was. Inside is very similar to my Mustang. I have the fully loaded Mustang. It has all the mood lights and all that, and the leather seats, along with the 8-inch Ford Sync 2. This is 2015, so yeah, it's probably Ford Sync 2 also. I got really lucky. So the airbags on my Mustang did not deploy, and I think I know the reason why it didn't deploy, because the wire harness for the crash sensor broke before the crash sensor could detect a crash, so the airbags never got deployed. So I got really lucky there. As you can see here, the airbags did deploy on this, and that means you're gonna have to change out the airbag controller and then also change out this the airbag for the driver. Passenger side and side curtains look good. There's no airbags there. Back seat looks like in good condition there too. In the engine bay, it looks really good. My cover here was missing. All my radiators were smashed. However, these radiators look like they're in good condition. I had to replace my radiator support. This whole thing right here. Is radiator smashed? I can't tell. But my radiators were smashed, and it was very evident from the picture, which I can show you. But yeah, so this vehicle is very similar to the one I purchased. We go over here, so auction highlights, it says engine start program, so that just means that the car can start. However, they don't have the means to put it in drive. So mine had run and drive. Auction highlight was run and drive, so that was like a peace of mind for me. However, if you don't see run and drive, and that doesn't really mean that the vehicle can't move. It just means that there was too much damage for them to actually try and move the vehicle with its own power. But at least it can start, so they did put down that it can start here. It's being sold by State Farm Insurance, has 74,000 miles on it. The primary damage is front end, which is really good. Mine's front and rear end. Repair cost is $11,802. That is very similar to my vehicle. My vehicle's total repair cost was about $1,200. Just ignore this. This is just basically what the auction is saying the vehicle is worth. Color is burgundy. It's an automatic transmission. Mine was also automatic, and it's rear wheel drive. So yeah, this vehicle is awesome. It's great. It doesn't look like this. I don't think there's any frame damage. If you are not comfortable with placing a bid or buying the vehicle, you can hire a broker to go take a look at the vehicle for further inspection. This vehicle does not have a buy it now, so you do have to place a bid, and right now the current bid is about $3,700. It's a little bit more than what mine was at, because mine was $2,900 buy it now. Okay, so they took down the pictures for the vehicle, but here is the odometer 84. Here's what else, the auction highlight I was talking about. Mine was running drive, damage was front end, secondary was rear end, repair cost was 12 grand, and retail value was 14, like I told you. But yeah, everything else is the same. Okay, yeah, so here's the receipt. The final bid was $2,950. That's significantly cheaper than what the Mustang we're looking at is. The auction fee came out to about $548. Transaction fee was $299. Documentation fee was $85. Late payment fee was $50. Yeah, I got a late payment on it. Storage fee was about $5 for every day the car was sitting on the lot. So the car was sitting on the lot for 2 days, so I got charged $10. So the total value was $3,942. So right at $4 grand for this vehicle. Yeah, so this vehicle right here, this is currently ongoing right now, so it could possibly reach $4,000, even more. But to give you perspective, if it does go for $4,000, expect to pay an extra $1,000. So you'll be getting this car for $5,000. So you will be paying more than what I got my car for. But like I said, I think I got lucky with it. But like I said, this car is very similar to the one I have. So if you wanted to bid on it, you would basically put your maximum bid and hit bid now. And basically, you'd be outbidding everyone until your maximum bid is reached. You can also prepay for shipping, but if it was a buy it now, you could also do buy it now, similarly to eBay. The way Auto Bidmaster works is very complicated. Let's say you put down $4,000 maximum bid on this vehicle. Well, if you win this vehicle, if the timer runs out and the highest bidder is $4,000, that does not mean you win the vehicle. There is a second auction, which is a live auction that this vehicle goes to, and what they do is they start that bid at what your highest bid was. So let's say here I put down that $4,000, I'm gonna bid on it. Timer runs out, $4,000 the highest bid, I'm winning, right? No, not so fast. Now the car moves to a live auctions where they will start the bid at $4,000. So someone who's viewing this car during the live auction, they can bid $4,200 and steal the car from you. So it's kind of weird and misleading the way Auto Bidmaster has this all worked out, because they make you pay for live auction. For the ability to bid in a live auction, you have to pay extra for that. So it's kind of misleading. However, if no one bids on the vehicle in the live auction, you'll get the vehicle. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. That's ultimately the reason why I looked for buy it now, because I did not pay for the live auction. But I wanted to win the vehicle. So after you purchase a vehicle, you would send the payment and you'd schedule shipping, and a person will come with your car. They will come either in an 18-wheeler or a pickup truck with a trailer. However, whatever company is picking up the car or doing the shipping, they're going to bring the car to you, and then you can start working on it. It took about 3 days for the vehicle to be delivered once my payment cleared. The guy delivered it in an 18-wheeler truck, so he wasn't able to drop the car off in front of my house. He actually couldn't get into my subdivision because of all the trees, so he unloaded the car in front of the subdivision, and because the car was able to drive, I then drove it from the front of my subdivision to my garage and started working on it right away. Before I go, let me just share some tips with you. The number one tip is to price your parts before purchasing your car. It's very important to know all the parts that you will need for your rebuild so you can have a better idea of how much the total rebuild is going to cost. So if we go back to our Burgundy Mustang, we know it needs a new hood. A new hood is about $2,000. We know it needs a new bumper, front bumper, which is about $600. We're not too sure about the radiator, but if it had front damage, the radiator is right there, so we're going to just put that in and say it needs a new radiator, it needs a new intercooler, and it needs a new AC condenser. And the reason why we're getting all three is because all three of them are connected together, so if one got smashed, chances are they all got smashed. So a new radiator is going to cost about $200, new coolant is going to cost about $50, intercooler is going to cost about $200, and an AC condenser is going to cost about $120. Another thing is the AC. So if you change out the AC condenser, then you need to recharge your AC and put Freon in it. Now, I don't know how much shops are charging to do this service for you, but if you're to buy the tools and do it yourself, it comes up to about $180. It comes up cheaper if you have the tools. Then all you have to do is buy Freon, and Freon is really cheap, and you can get it at Walmart, AutoZone, any store. And the windshield, that's another item we did not know if it was damaged or not. Like if you look at my Mustang, you can't really tell if the windshield is damaged. If we couldn't tell if the Burgundy Mustang had a damaged windshield, so I'm going to factor that in anyway. And the new windshield is going to cost about $500. So now the total cost for all the parts is going to be about $3,850. Now, if we won the Mustang for $4,000, after all the tax and the delivery fee and all that junk, the total cost of the car should be about $5,000. Now, keep in mind that it varies, like delivery fee varies depending on where you live. Mine's only came up to $300. Yours might come up to $600, $700. So this number, this $1,000 that I told you to tack on to your winning bid, take it with a grain of salt because it really does depend on your location and all that. So we're just going to go by this example that if we got the car for $4,000, the total cost would be about $5,000. So the total cost for everything for the entire rebuild is going to be about $8,850. Now your mind is probably like, what? I thought we were getting these cars cheap. Well, hold your horses. A used 2015 EcoBoost Mustang with 80,000 miles in the state of Florida where I live goes for $18,000. So that is a $9,150 saving. So we are saving, we are paying half for the wrecked vehicle that we would be paying if we were to buy a used unwrecked vehicle. And that is the key for any rebuild. Make sure that you're saving 50% of what you would spend if you were to buy this vehicle used and unwrecked. Because if you're paying more than 50% of a unwrecked used vehicle, then the rebuild won't be worth it. Scrap it, find something cheaper, go another route, or just buy the used vehicle that's unwrecked. That's far better for you than to buy the wrecked vehicle. Number 2. Take your time. Take your time and make sure you're doing the rebuild with care, because one little mistake can haunt you in the future. And number 3, get live auction. I know it's an extra fee. The ability to place bids on vehicle and live auction will definitely increase your chances of getting a rebuilt vehicle. And number 4, yes, AutoBidmaster makes you drop $400 as a deposit. This deposit does not go towards your Salvage car that you buy. This $400 is strictly just a deposit. So after you buy the vehicle, you can withdraw back that $400. Hopefully you enjoyed part 1 of this rebuild series I'm doing with my 2015 Mustang. If you want to stay up to date with the rebuild process, be sure to subscribe. If you like the video, be sure to give me thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, thumbs down work also. Thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you in part 2. Peace.